Championship leader, Mr. Consistent, Jason Vincent, scored in every single round. Pole position here on the Indy circuit for round 9 at Brands Hatch. A man who goes very well, number 3, Steve Sawford. Former champion in this class, Steve Sawford, and quick round the Indy circuit. This is going to be a very close race indeed. In the middle of the front row, 2 wins and 1 other result. Only 3 scores this season, and a dismal 1994 for Nigel Bosworth, with everything to prove. 17 points the gap between this man, Eugene McManus, and the championship leader. McManus could steal the lead in the 250 Super Cup today, and he is 4th fastest. Completing the front row alongside him, fellow Ulsterman Alan Patterson, former 80cc and 125cc Irish champion, and he's gone well. Just a very quick qualifying session got him in 5th. 17 points, you can see there the gap between Vincent and McManus. Ian Newton did not qualify, so will not start this race. McManus then the only man in with a chance of catching Vincent. Across then the fastest 5, just to remind you, in pole position it is Vincent, alongside him Sawford, then Bosworth in the middle, Eugene McManus number 15, and Alan Patterson rides number 83. McManus, that's what he has to do into Paddock Hill Bend. Number 15, Eugene McManus. Adrian Clark with him at Druids, number 10 from Heanor in Derbyshire. Adrian Clark, number 10, is there in 2nd. McManus, though, has got a man between him and the championship leader. Jason Vincent, number 12, is in 3rd. Steve, McManus, a cracking start, and Clark in 2nd, doing everything he's got to do. Yeah, but McManus knows that he really does have to win this race, but it looks like he's being passed around the outside as they go around Druids. But Eugene McManus knows that his only chance is to win this race here today. But Jason Vincent's going to be a hard man to beat. You can see Vincent now on the outside. Having a look down in there. Bosworth, number 2, on the inside, going into Paddock Hill Bend. It looks like Bosworth's going for the lead. Well, I'm surprised at Clark, though, number 10, the former motocross rider, having a really good ride in 2nd place, and Bosworth there slipping back further down the order. There's the championship leader, Jason Vincent, in 3rd, but it's still McManus. McManus leading. Bosworth it is. McManus slipping back, I beg your pardon, it's Bosworth out there. Number 2, Nigel Bosworth from Stoke Golding. Bosworth with 2 wins, and is out to make this one his if he possibly can. McManus already down to 5th place, Eugene McManus, number 15. McManus then down to 5th, and Vincent, number 12, up into 3rd place, closing on the rear end of Adrian Clark, number 10. As they go into Paddock Hill Bend, round the outside, that's number 12, Jason Vincent, very close. There he is, Vincent, championship leader, already doing what he needs to do, Steve, and that's come home ahead of McManus. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Eugene McManus. He's dropped back really, really quickly, whether he has a problem with his bike or he's just not feeling on the pace. But as you look there, there's a look at bottom bend there as Vincent had a look for the inside, but he's lost some time there, and this is allowing Nigel Bosworth, number 2, to get away. Bosworth on the very fast Honda. He is really pulling away, but Vincent really doesn't have to do much more than just stay in front of McManus. I know he'd love to win this race, but he really doesn't need to. Well, this then will give Jason Vincent, number 12, if he can hang on to that. But look at Sawford, number 3, Steve Sawford, scything through on the inside of Jason Vincent. Vincent not having any, though. This is really where the battle is now. Number 10, Adrian Clark. Then it's Jason Vincent. 2nd place, this scrap is really alight. Bosworth is out in front. Adrian Clark not giving an inch. He's really making Jason Vincent work for it, but Bosworth, meanwhile, is charging away. Yeah, and Vincent's having a look again round the outside. It is the long way round. Whether or not he can do that, and it's going to allow Steve Sawford to have a look on the inside, but no, he can't. It is the long way round and virtually impossible. But all the time this is happening, this battle for 2nd place is allowing Nigel Bosworth to get away, which will be pleasing him no end. Well, this is an 18-lap race, so there's some considerable distance still ahead of Jason Vincent, but he's having his work cut out. He's got Adrian Clark, and he's alongside Clark on the inside. pushes him a little bit wide, and up to second place goes number 12, Jason Vincent from Earl Shilton, in only his second season at this level. He came up through the ranks very, very quickly, as indeed did his elder brother Max. They're both running very strongly. Max too running strongly in this race. Eugene McManus, the only man who could possibly have taken the championship lead from Vincent, is now running in 5th place and apparently unable. There he is confirmed. Patterson, fellow countryman, there in 6th. But Vincent, meanwhile, up to 2nd. There's Alan Patterson. There's Eugene McManus, number 15.
Well, you can see now that Jason Vincent's really pulling in Bosworth, it looks. He's got away from that pack. And it just goes to show that even though these motorcycles aren't very big, there really is only one fast line around this circuit, and he was held up there for 3 laps before he could break through. But now he's got that clear track. He really seems to be homing in on number 2, Nigel Bosworth.
The rear end then of Nigel Bosworth's Honda is looming ahead of Jason Vincent, and he's got his head down. They live within a fairly short distance of each other, both local to the Mallory Park circuit, and that's where Jason Vincent does an awful lot of his testing. Father Chris Vincent, of course, former British sidecar champion many times, many years ago. Runs the motorcycle shop in Earl Shilton, both his sons in this race, and what a stunning 94 season for number 12, Jason Vincent. And if he can get past Nigel Bosworth, who, well, I suppose it's fair to say, Steve, is an arch rival.
Very much so, but there we saw number 3, who's come through, Steve Salford. He's now moved up into 3rd place. He also was battling behind Adrian Clark. As we said earlier, it is very, very difficult to pass around this circuit here, Brands Hatch, but he's managed to get through. But there we're looking at the leader. No, we're not. We're now looking at number 12, Jason Vincent, who is in 2nd place. He is closing the gap. You can see visibly now he's homing in on Nigel Bosworth. Bosworth doesn't seem to be able to reply to the pressure that's being put upon him, because Jason Vincent is definitely closing. He doesn't need to win this race. He just needs to be in front of Eugene McManus, but he is pushing hard.
Well, the mathematics at the moment, clearly Vincent there in 2nd place and going well. If he finishes there, he'll move on to 147 points. McManus, the very best he can do is come in with 124 if things stay the way they are. But look at this close action now further down the field. Very little to choose. Jason Vincent, number 12, however, closing now on Nigel Bosworth, and looking as though, Steve, he's about to make a move.
Well, it does look like it. He's really, as we said, he doesn't necessarily have to win this race for his championship, but he is pushing very hard. He's closed in extremely quickly on number 2, Nigel Bosworth here. And you can see that he now looks as though he's just taking his time before he passes. McManus now seeing the championship slip away. He's moved that back down to 6th position, so it really does mean that there is no chance for him to pass this man we're looking at, number 2, Jason Vincent, for the championship. Vincent now having a look. He's got the right line. He's gone for the inside as they go up towards Paddock Hill Bend, but he's decided, no, Bosworth's held onto that lead.
Well, Nigel Bosworth just a bit too wise for that one, I think, but streaking away up towards Druids. And this, the slowest part of the circuit, and we will wait now with interest to see whether Jason Vincent, having just gone round here quicker than anyone else and a new lap record, can get closer. Now look at the move he's making on the inside of and Bosworth, foot off the footrest, in dreadful trouble, Steve, in all sorts of problems.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what happened to Bosworth there. It was certainly nothing to do with number 12, Jason Vincent, past him. He just seemed to lose the front end as he tipped it into that left-hand surtees corner there, which foot came off the footrest, and he was in all sorts of problems. I have absolutely no idea what caused that.
Well, that certainly unsettled number 2, Nigel Bosworth, because he's slipping down. Up to 3rd goes Patterson. McManus still in 6th. Steve Salford, riding number 3 from Tempsford, is there in 4th. I said Salford went well round Brands, and he's very, very quick indeed. On the crest of a wave, Salford, having just come back from his first ride in the endurance event, the Bowl d'Or. 17th place was the best his team did, but what a good ride, and he had a wonderful time. Said he'll be going back.
Meanwhile, Jason Vincent is just storming away. He's already set the lap record, number 12, Jason Vincent. Here we're looking at what a smooth ride, and to win the championship, which he most certainly looks like he's going to do here today. If he can win the championship with a win, it's even better, and he really is dominating this series.
It'll be interesting to see next year whether Jason Vincent stays on 250s, but he's certainly very quick at this class. There's McManus now behind Adrian Clark, number 10, who ran so well in the early stages of the race. Just look at the knee of Jason Vincent, just brushing all the way round at Druids. He's extremely confident, Steve.
Yeah, he is, and to put up this sort of performance in a race where he needs to just gain points is very, very impressive. And he comes through Surtees there in 4th gear as he flicks it round to the right. They come up towards Clearways now, knee on the ground, the hard plastic pad there rubbing on the floor, just to give him an indication as he accelerates out of Clearways. 4th gear into 5th, coming along now to the fastest part of the circuit as they come up towards the start and finish line. They're reaching about 130 miles an hour on these lightweight 95 kilogram 250cc machines.
Patterson, there's McManus, number 15, still in 6th place, so just really waving goodbye to the championship. Steve, how demoralising is it when you know that you could have done it and yet the leader seems so uncatchable?
Well, I think for Eugene McManus, after 3 or 4 laps, he just realised he couldn't keep this sort of pace up. Maybe he has a problem with the machine, I don't know. You only need to, on these 250 machines, 2-stroke machines, you only need to be 1 jet size out and the bike won't perform as it should do. The carburettor jetting is vitally important in these type of conditions, and if you don't have it dead right, the machine doesn't rev out properly and you can lose 10% of your horsepower, which you just can't make up for it around the corners.
Well, in these sort of conditions, and you're quite right, and you can clearly see just what a gloomy day it is here at Brands Hatch. Quite heavy fog earlier on, but it's gloomy now, and these 250 riders making the best of fairly dull conditions. This man in particular reveling in it, though. Nice dry circuit, slick tyres, of course, in this 250cc GP class. And Jason Vincent, 2/3 of the way through this race, the full distance, 21.6 miles, is now what appears to be home and dry. But of course, Steve, we've said that before.
Well, that's right. You should never push too hard and never expect anything in the racing game, because all sorts of things can go wrong. But ideal conditions, as we've seen Jason Vincent set a lap record here. It is dry, very overcast, but that's good. The engines run extremely well in these conditions if they are correctly jetted, as we spoke about before. But he really is pushing on here. And here we have now the battle for 3rd place. Still Steve Salford is struggling through there. And McManus there down in 6th spot. He really is seeing his championship just disappear in front of him.
Well, working hard was number 14, Jamie Robinson there, who's come up from 8th place in the early proceedings. He's now running in 5th. But there you can see with 4 laps remaining, it looks as though Jason Vincent is cruising home to an unassailable lead with 1 round to go in this 250cc Heat Super Cup Championship for 1994. And Bosworth is there still, just about 1.5 seconds away in 2nd place, but unable now to close the gap. Bosworth led in stylish form early on, although having said that, he does appear to be closing a bit.
Yeah, I think he is. Possibly Jason Vincent, he's getting his pit boards, he's getting signals that he's in 1st place with plenty of time to go. But here's the battle now for 3rd place. Number 3 there, Steve Salford, having a look on the inside as they go up towards Druids.
Patterson, Salford number 3, Jamie Robinson charging hard, number 14 in 5th. Jason Vincent cruising home now with Bosworth just about in touch, and this is the chase. There's 83 Alan Patterson, number 3 Steve Salford, then it's number 14 Jamie Robinson, and still there's Robinson, look, closing on the back of Salford, and then Adrian Clark, number 10. McManus is out of the top 6. It's all over for him, Steve.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there was only really a mathematical chance he could do it, and what he needed to do was win the race. And the problem, but as we see, the number 3 Salford has a look on the inside as they come towards Paddock Bend, but it is extremely difficult to pass. There is only 1 line, and you just need to grab the inside, and he's having a look now as they go into Druids. Nope, he still can't get through there. Number 83 there, Patterson.
But Salford was in severe danger of losing 4th place there to Jamie Robinson, who's right with him. Patterson, you can see, still leading this chasing bunch, which has now split into 2 distinct groups. Salford, though, up to 3rd. Number 3, Steve Salford, former Super Cup champion, but no wins at all. Still looking for a first win in this 94 series. Now running in 3rd place. Jamie Robinson is behind number 83, Alan Patterson, the Ulsterman, who qualified here with just 4 laps. He came late, jumped on the bike, and qualified 5th fastest. So Robinson now and Alan Patterson with his knee on Robinson. That's close stuff.
Yeah, that is, and they're doing about 100 miles an hour as they enter into Paddock Hill Bend there. So to have your knee touched by the competitor's front wheel is a little off-putting, but Salford's now, he's made the break and he seems to have got through. But we're back with the leader now, Jason Vincent, who really is cruising to a win here at Brands Hatch. What a terrific ride from him, and everything seems to be working in harmony. Really is riding very, very well.
Well, this will put him on to 150 points with 1 round remaining, and with just 1.2 miles of this very short Indy circuit here at Brands, Jason Vincent heading for, in his first full season, Steve, the national, in fact, the title to win, the Super Cup title. Incredible. Yeah,
it is incredible, and on the 250 machines, which are very hard to set up, it takes a lot of sorting out and adjusting. You need a very good team of mechanics behind you, and the bike just has to be right. But he is also riding so well, but he'll be actually willing that flag to come out, because always at these latter stages you're just thinking, is anything going to happen to the bike? He knows now he's easily got the race in the bag, providing the machine keeps going, and it does look like it. He's coming up to the penultimate corner here, Clearways corner, as it accelerates around their 4th gear, snicks it into 5th and into top gear, 6th gear, as he comes over to the finishing line now to take that win. And there's the flag.
Checkered flag out then. Jason Vincent, winner of round 9 and the new 1994 250cc Heat Super Cup champion. Bosworth, number 2, second place. He has to acknowledge the fact that there was nothing he could do about that. A bit of a scary moment, but good spirit between them. Confirmation of the result. Vincent from Bosworth. Salford got the better of Patterson. Robinson and Eugene McManus got 6th, but it just wasn't good enough. Vincent now cannot be beaten. McManus is still there. Salford, Ian Newton can improve on that. Brown and Jamie Robinson joint. The new champion confirmed, Jason Vincent.